Okay, so let's take a look here. I haven't done anything for a while. I don't know why. I just haven't had the time. I've been kind of playing, but evenings have been crazy, and I've been playing games in between. Right now, I am currently playing Washington's Crossing, and I kind of wanted to go through some of the battle sequence. So, right now, what I have here is I have Mahud going against Green and Dickinson, and wanted to kind of go through some of the battle sequence with you, or the combat sequence. What's really nice is there is a very nice, on YouTube, somebody put a very nice sheet here. That kind of helps you go through how it goes. So, what we first start off by doing is that this game has tracks over here that list the numbers, and I'll show you here. So we've got the numbers here, how many troops and everything. So we have the American side, and then we have the British side as well. So we're going against Dickinson, and Dickinson's right here. So Dickinson has 270 troops. I think he kind of got long. And Mahud has 1,400. So this should be a rout. It should be some serious British points. I can tell you right now that he was supposed to be up here with Stephen, and it just did not happen. I don't know why, but it just did not happen. So we'll see how things go on that. So first things first. Okay, so we go through on this. So it is currently the 30th, and it's the 7 a.m. turn. I do need to activate him. He has an activation of 1. So then 8 activation points down to 7. Okay, and it is to do with, let me make sure I'm not messing anything up here. Durham boats, yeah, they're around here somewhere. Okay, I don't really need them. Okay, so we're going after hex 1025. So 1025. No real location on that one. The weather currently is freezing, which does affect some of the modifiers. So it's a British attacker. So let's get this in here. So we have Dickinson. And he has, how many troops did he have? Dickinson had 270 troops. So 270. And, oh, this is the attacker, so this should actually be Mahud. So, you know what, it's hard to see it, so I'm going to put him in the way. So the attacker's Mahud, and he has 1,400 troops. And he can have a maximum, that's his maximum troop amount. So we'll cross that one out just in case you guys can see that. So this is the maximum amount. And so he's going against Green / Dickinson, who has 200 and how much was it again? 270 troops. Okay. So we have to go for this surprise. Well, basically what this is this is a 6-to-1 attack. So this does affect this 6-to-1. So that gives a +6 modifier on the combat roll, but first you have to do the surprise. So this will be a normal attack. He used 1 movement point to get there, and then it's 3 movement points, and he had a total of 5 movement points. So we had that. Disordered, routed, none of this. Okay, so we get a -1. So let's take a look at the surprise attack. So we go in here. He got a 9 on the surprise. Of course he did. A 9 minus 1, so that'd be 8. So he gets, so as we go down on the sheet here, so he gets, so it's minus 1, so he gets an 8, which is a plus. This is going to be a slaughter. Let's see here. Plus 2. So plus 2, and he actually gets minus 5%. Okay. So no outflanks, so that we don't have to worry about the flanks. Let's see here. Okay. Mountain, nope. Snow, nope. Rain, nope. American, nope. Defender Outer, nope, nope, nope. None of these here. So we've got a plus 8 die roll. So let's take a look at this. So plus 8 die roll. And he got a 6. So 6 plus 8 is 14. I can't believe that blink bang. So 14. So the combat results on a 14, and he is a 5 leader. So 14 is 20, 60, and he has to retreat, and he is routed. So he has to retreat 4, which is not good. So he has to retreat 4. So let's see, 14 was 20, 60. So 20%, 60%. There we go. So it actually will come down to, it'll come down 5%, so 15, 60, there we go. Okay, so let's take a look. So this is where the percentages come in. So there's a nice percentage chart here. So, and it's 270 troops, so we will round that up. So 60% of that, of 300, is 180 troops. So we've got 180 troops. So that leaves us with 90 troops. Total round. So 180 troops. The defender loss. He loses 10. So now he's at 1,390. This would be in British winnings. Okay, so major 600, greater than 600 casualties. No, it is greater than 100 casualties. Yep. So greater than 100 casualties. So this is like a skirmish. So the British will end up getting 1 victory point, which I have them set up here, just so they're out of the way. So there's the 1 victory point. So let's take out the 10 here. Put this back here then. So we can take out the 10, 100, and okay, so I got everything all good there. So Dickinson's down to 90 troops, which then he has to retreat 4 hexes. So, and in this case, the retreat, usually there's a line going back, so it makes it easier. Hmm. 94s. Okay, retreats. Okay. He's also routed. So let me get a routing marker here. So he's also routed. And tweezers, there they are. So he is also routed. Okay. So he has to troop 4. And then he has to be at least 10 away. So in this case, you can do this 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when you're routed, let's see here. The leader becomes routed. When the leader becomes routed, it's right to move. Remove any disorders. Increase the fatigue level by 2. So I got to do that. So Dickinson will now increase his fatigue level by 2. Got that done. Sees a routed result, increases and retreats 4 hexes. Leaders with no troops may not be routed. So in this case, green has no troops, so he cannot be routed. There we go. Okay. Effects are leaders may not attack. A rout does not include defender. Either the attacker or defender outflank. Routed each turn within 10 movement points. So my next turn, he has to be no more than 10 movement points away. So that's pretty rough there. Okay. So that was that. That was a horrible battle. Well, when you're looking at 6 to run, you have a plus 6 ratio. Then you have a plus 2 ratio. So you're looking at plus 8 altogether. You know, you're gonna, and even if you roll low, you're gonna do something different. But he rolled pretty high, so it works out either way. So we'll see how things go with that. So that was my activation, and then he moves forward there. Okay, so I still have 7 activation points. I need to, and now I can move this up a little bit here. So I need to get into Boroughtown, which is right here, Bordentown, for the British. I'm just playing a British turn, the British part of the turn right now. So I need to activate Leslie here, which is 2 activation points, and then he'll activate the light infantry underneath. But we'll use his rating for the movement. We really just need to move it into here. This is where we're going. So Leslie has troops of 1,690, while the light infantry has 800. Leslie can get up to 2,100, so that's not the troop movement's not enough. There's too much there. So let's see. Ooh, hold on. There we go. So what we're going to do is I've activated him. So I've taken the 2 points off. So I'm down to 6 activation points. I will roll for movement. So the one thing about the British in this game is that they don't move very well at all. So he is a 4. So let's roll the dice. So we've got a 3. He takes a -2 for being British, but he gets a +1 for freezing, since it's freezing right now. Makes it easier to move. So it's actually only a -1. So either way, it's a 2. Leslie has 2 disorder, 2 fatigue, so he goes down to a 0, which is actually 4 movement points, which is fine because that's what we want to do. We need 1 movement point. And you either have, the only way you have less than 1 is if you get a -6. And that's if you're like at a fatigue. If you're British, you're fatigue 5. Yeah, it's very, very hard to have that. But that does mean Leslie's fatigue goes up. Oh, I forgot to put Mohit up because he moved. So he moved. So the reason why I want to get this is because at the 12 o'clock turn, and let me show you down here. So this is how the turn works. So there are basically 4 turns per day. Hold on, I got freaking sheets all over. Okay, so we have a 12, a 7, a 12 p.m., and a 5. You can only fight between the 7 and 12s, and the 5, 12, and 5 here, these 12 and 5s are the mid recovery. So you can. This is where you regain your fatigue. We are currently on the 30th. We're not on the 31st. No, we're not on the 31st. That's what I thought. So we are on the 30th. Let me just take another sheet here. Yeah. That's the 30th. That's it. Okay. That was it. So we're on the 30th, and it goes to the 6th. So we actually have 1, 2, 5, 6, 7 more days, and a few more turns. So right now we're at freezing. We're at 7 a.m. So, as we go, we only get 8 points, and at the midnight turn here, we get 8 points. Yeah, at the midnight turn, we get 8 points. So, I took out this battle right here, which didn't gain any victory points, but I did take some damage off of this unit right here, the 3rd detachment here. So I did take some money off of that, or not money, but some troops off of that one. So this is kind of one of my forces. It's not that big. A lot of these are only 100, 200. So I really think I need to do a few things here to see what happens. I got to get some more forces in there. I've got some troops coming in. I've already got them. I'm just going to start moving some of them up. The British cannot cross the Delaware, so I think I can zoom back out now. There we go. So they cannot cross the Delaware here until January 4th. January 4th. And we have freezing conditions. So they can't cross then. So what they need to do is there are certain towns to get victory points and also to take other things. But what they need to do is at the end of each turn, well, at least that leader didn't get captured. Okay. So if they have Trenton, Burlington, Bordentown, Lafayette at the end of the turn, over Ellicott on the right, they'll get, in this case, town right. That'll